welcome to Ozfish. Dave here, let's get some. This is just a quick little video in relation to fishing a tinny at sea solo and just some of the safety precautions that I take when I'm on my own. It's a beautiful afternoon this afternoon. Nor'easter's just sort of like started to kick in. But yeah, there's no swell today, so it's all pretty good. But basically, I'll just show you some of the things that I basically have, the things that I do when I'm on my own in the boat. The first thing is, I bought myself a little bum bag life jacket, and it's actually quite comfortable to wear. It goes around your waist. If anything goes wrong, you just open it up, it goes over your shoulder. Pretty self-explanatory. You see a lot of guys, fish with these little bum bags, so it's really good. So I'll just have my bum bag on, when I'm in the boat, particularly when I'm running, coming out, coming in, coming home. When I'm just surfing home, I'll have my life jacket on. And I've got my VHF radio, high frequency radio, handheld. Works really good. Set to channel 16. So I just have that in the boat. Right there, I can get it really easily. And I just got my have my EPIRB down here, so it's really easy to get, very close to where I am, easily accessible. No good having an EPIRB and having it, below your deck or stuck in your boxes if you need it in an emergency. I've been to sea all my life and never had to activate an EPIRB. Touch wood, I don't have to. So yeah, got my life jacket on, got my EPIRB. I always like to have a big sharp knife really close to me, just in case anything sort of goes wrong. A big knife's always sort of handy, in case you run over a lobster trap or things like that. I'll get you out of trouble. I always have that. What I do have is I always touch a rope around my ankle, particularly when I'm running at sea. Red lead. If I fall over the side of the boat, what's going to happen is that it's going to stop that motor, and hopefully I'll just be able to swim back to the boat. So that should be pretty cool. It just goes round my ankle. Works really good. And what I have done today, before I've come fishing, I've checked willy weather. I knew that the wind was going to come from the nor'east this afternoon. So what I've done accordingly, I've come out and I've actually fished my way north early this morning. So I'm just exploring a fair way north today, probably 10 mile up the beach and a few reefs up there. Fish has been pretty tough today. Got some panties and got some blue spot flathead, but it's been pretty tough. But yeah, it's always important to check your weather, and if the weather is going to come from the nor'east, make sure you fish north so you can actually just surf that nor'easter home. If I had a fish today and the wind was going to come from the southeast, I would have gone out this morning and I would have ran around the heads and I would have fished south. And then what I would have done is I would have just surfed at home. When you're solo at sea, is that really don't do anything stupid, like don't go too fast. Like, speed will really get you in trouble. I'm not in any hurry to get home, so what I like to do is just get the boat up about somewhere between 8 to 10 knots and just surf the nor'easter home. So it's only when you're going really fast and do stupid things that you can actually throw yourself out of the boat, or you'll fall over in the boat. You can break your arm, you can break your leg. So it's really important just to, in a tinny like this on your own, just to take your time. A bit different if you're in a big boat with your mate. There's plenty of power, you get up, you can get into it, come home really fast. But in the tinny, I just like to kind of cruise home. So yeah. Another thing in the boat is make sure that the equipment you're sort of carrying is like stowed really well on the boat. It's not going to fly around in the ocean. So So I just have these boxes up the front of the boat, in my spare fuel at the front of the boat. I've got a strap that I just strap them in so that they won't move around. And also what happens is, because I'm on my own in the boat, it actually allows weight forward in the boat and kind of balances the boat out really nice. Puts some weight up the front of the Quintrex dory. This Quintrex dory will sit a little bit down on the stern, so I like to have plenty of weight up the front. So that works really good. I'm just going to slightly tilt the motor up. Just give it a couple of pumps, just to get the bow up just a little bit, so I can just sort of like surf home. Another thing that I do when I'm actually fishing is the tide's turned. It's running out of the harbour now. What it will do is it will run really hard straight out of that harbour, and it'll project out a kilometre or two out really strong. And on the run out tide with the nor'easter, it will build the swell up really big, actually going out a long way out to the nor'east. So what I do is I just sort of head into the beach, and what I'm trying to do is I'm actually just getting out of that main flow, because you will see the waves really build up a long way out to sea. You don't want to sort of be coming home in a small tinny towards the heads. In that, you're just going to surf a lot more waves that are actually breaking. So I usually just sort of head straight in towards the beach, get out of the current, and then run along a bit, and it's usually pretty good. I'm just going to get the boat up to the speed I'd like to surf at. Another slight trim up. And for me in this tinny on my own, surfing down those waves. Sometimes if you get to the bottom of a wave and drop, you can sort of power out a bit, just the motor to power out. I do love fishing at sea. I've been fishing at sea all my life. It's a beautiful place to be out in nature. And I've done years and years of fishing on my own, all sorts of fishing. Everything from game fishing, catching marlin, trolling tuna and bottom bouncing at sea, light tackle trolling, live baiting, float lining. Had a crack at sort of most things. Yeah, the secret is just take your time, don't go too fast, stay on the throttle, and you will get home safe. Surfing down a wave, backing off slightly. I do like to stand up in the boat. you go too fast, yeah, you can get thrown out the boat, thrown around the boat. No good. Another thing you should always check in your boat is to make sure you've got enough fuel in the boat. You're able to get to where you want to fish, you get home with plenty of fuel in reserve. Of course, make sure you know you've got the standard things. Make sure you're carrying plenty of fresh wood. Make sure you're carrying plenty of fresh water. Make sure you're carrying flares. Make sure you're carrying like a fire extinguisher, electric motor. So you got your V-sheet, your whistle, so you can comply to the maritime. I'll check it from time to time. Sometimes I'll sit on the gunnel when I'm coming home, just to rest my legs. What I've got on my battery and my fuel on this side of the boat, so when I'm sitting on the gunnel it kind of balances the boat out really nice. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have a rod out and I'll just be trolling home. It's always fun. Water temps down today, down to 18.5 degrees, so the bonito tuna haven't shown up yet, so I'm not worried about trolling. Just cruising home. Listening to the VHF radio and drinking a Red Bull, just enjoying the afternoon. Okay, so we've made it back to the heads, safe and sound, which is always good. There's not a whole lot of swell today, just a little bit of wind. But the heads at Stockton, the knobbies, yeah, on a big run out tide, middle of that big tide, you get a big, you know, like a big hard run out, you get a fair bit of swell, with a really strong nor'easter. Yeah, coming home here can be really gnarly, particularly in around the end of like Stockton breakwater. So it's pretty good today, so I'm just going to like hug the breakwater pretty close as I duck around the heads. But normally what I do is, if I was here and I was trying to catch live bait or whatever, and it was very heavy weather, what I'd do is I'd just sort of like, I'd punch out off the heads a little bit and I'd get in those troughs. I'd be on and off the throttle. I'd be trying to get out of that main flow pretty quick over towards knobbies and out of the tide, because yeah, it can be really nasty here. You'll see waves, you know, like they'll just completely just rise up, and sometimes I'll just be breaking on the top. So you have to be vigilant. You'll get in those big troughs. Sometimes you've got to turn the bow out and hit the bow into those waves so they break, but sort of get out of it as fast as you can. But today, she's pretty good. I'm just going to hug the breakwater today. Try not to upset the fishermen. There's not that many guys in the breakwater do as well is I'll just get right in, and what I'll do sometimes I'll get right in on the rocks, and the waves are a little bit smaller. Just get right in on the rocks. Fills up just outside me, about 10-15 feet outside me. Just going slow, taking my time. That's the secret, nice and slow. Watch out, fishermen, when you're coming down here. You don't want to upset anybody. Cut their lines off. That'd be very bad. Okay, we're safely back in the harbour. That's the objective when you're out fishing on your own. You get home safe. But if I can tell you anything, the most important thing is when you're on your own is don't go too fast and don't do anything stupid, because going fast and doing stupid things, yeah, that's how you'll come unstuck. Anyway, pretty tough fishing today. Half a dozen legal snapper and 3 blue spot flathead. But anyway, this is just a really short video on how to operate your tinny at sea. Some of the things that I do always brings me home. Next time, this is Dave signing off. Always remember, let's get some.